Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Notifox devlog number 2. I'm your host Mathis, and today we're going to talk about a very exciting feature. You can probably already see it on the screen. Today we're going to talk about email alerts and the combination of SMS and email alerts in the same API. We've already kind of previewed this in the last devlog number 1, where we talked about the reimagined audience system, and we've kind of showed you a sneak peek of what it will look like in order to verify your email. But today we're going to talk about how to actually use it. Some of you have already been able to use it, but starting today, the email capability is available to anyone. And so we're very proud to announce this because it's kind of a turning point for Notifox in that it adds the second channel and hopefully second to many, right? We intend on integrating a bunch of other things. I don't want to spoil too much, but webhooks is in there, Slack, Teams, whatnot. But so this is the start and kind of laying the foundation, the groundwork of how you interact with those different channels. And it turns Notifox from kind of a, just an SMS tool into more of a notification or alerting tool that is much better suited for CI/CD workloads, certain monitoring and metric applications, as well as just like ops, right? One of the use cases I like to use Notifox for is anytime anyone signs up for Notifox, I get a text. It's interesting. I like it. I like knowing and seeing what's going on. And so with email, that just makes it so much easier because I don't necessarily always want to be alerted when someone signs up. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it. Let's jump into the console. I will show you kind of step by step how to get started. For some people, this might be a little bit redundant, but trust me, it's quick. If you've already seen this, it's fairly quick to get started with. So if you want to follow along, go to notifox.com and click on the Get Started button, or on the top right, the Sign Up button, and that will take you to a sign-in page. You can create an account, and then before you know it, you'll see this. This is the Notifox console. And so in here, we have several tabs. Right now, we're in the alerting tab. And before we can start sending alerts, there's a couple things that we're going to need to do. The first thing that I recommend you do is go to the Audiences tab and add your first audience. An audience is essentially a recipient of your alerts. This could be someone, this could be a team, you name it, right? Whatever name makes sense is probably the one you want to go with. I'm going to go with Mathis because that's my name. And it will take us to the audience details page. And in here, right, previously you could add your phone number. That was already there. Now you can also add your email address. And actually, let's start with setting up the phone number. I'm going to copy my phone number in here and add a phone number. And as per usual, it will send me a text with a verification code. There we go. I just got a text here. I'll show it to you. It's temporary. 734120, and we click on verify, and then we'll see our phone number is verified. The good thing about this is with email, it's exactly the same. So we'll click on add. It'll ask us for the email. I'm going to use this email right here, Proton Mail, but you can use Gmail, Hotmail, whatever email you prefer. And so we'll click on add email address, and that will, in the same fashion, send a verification code to my email address. And this can take a second because email isn't the fastest, but we'll copy this this code, type it in here, click on verify, and boom. Now we have both channels verified, and we're good to send as many messages as we want to either our phone number or our email under the same audience of Mathis. Now, as you can see here, actually, we have a balance of $0. You can add credits pretty easily by adding a payment method and then clicking on add funds or custom, and we'll charge you, $5 plus tax. But if you're watching this video, I'm happy to tell you that you can use a promo code. If you go to the accounts tab, all the way at the bottom here, you can type launch 10. And that will give you $1 worth of credits. That's about 40 text messages or 1,000 emails. And so that's kind of plenty to play around with, see if you like it. More than enough to kind of send yourself an alert once a day. But now we have obviously some balance. We have our audiences. Next thing we need to do is we need to create an API token. So we'll do that here. Click on Create Token, and we'll copy this API token and then actually go into Visual Studio Code. And here I'm going to export this API token as an environment variable. In the SDKs, if you look those up on PyPy or our Go package, which are both on GitHub, I'll link them in the description. They automatically read from the Notifox API key environment variable. But if you want to, you can also add your API key in as a variable in the function itself. But this is much cleaner and much safer. So we're going to do export Notifox API key is equal to, and then the API key. And then click here, I've copied the token, and then I think we're good to go, actually. If you do want to try this out without coding, we have updated the interactive send menu, where you can select your API token, select your audience, and then you have the choice between SMS and email to kind of, I guess, practice sending an email, see if it arrives, see if you like it. In this case, let's send an email, let's send an SMS. We'll type up a quick message and say, hello, this is a tutorial. How are you doing? Obviously, you would probably not send that to yourself in code. It would probably be more like database utilization past 95% or something similar. We can copy this and we can actually type this in here. And in this case, it's not going to use the environment variable because it's a curl command, but we can type this in here and it should send us a text message. There we go. It's actually showing up really quick. There we go, all the way at the bottom, just to show you that it actually works. And that functionality was already there a month ago, right? But now, if we take the same message and we go into the channel here, instead of SMS, we can say email. And if we send that, enter, we have actually the same response. So it tells you the message ID to look it up, the amount of parts, the cost, the encoding, the amount of characters and whatnot. And so if we go to our email, we should see that arrive in here any second. And there we go. So that's kind of how easy it is to send to both channels. While this would usually take quite a long time to set that up, both Twilio or SES or you name it, it is considerably more complicated than this. Obviously, using curl commands is really nice if you're doing bash stuff, maybe in some CI/CD pipelines and whatnot. But being able to do this in code is even more powerful. And so that's why I thought it was maybe a cool idea to write some code together and show you how I like to use the different channels and for what. Obviously, the SMS channel is a lot more urgent. And I think you're limited to like 750 characters. Otherwise, the message just gets too big and too expensive. So if you have something very urgent, it makes sense to send that through the SMS channel. If you have a message that's maybe not that urgent or just a status report or just to let you know something or let someone else know about something, you might want to go with the email channel. And so being able to decide what to do is not necessarily complicated, but it takes some nuance. And so that's why I thought, let's go over that together. So I have Visual Studio Code here. I have already set my Notifox API key, and I have created an environment variable that we are in. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do pip install Notifox. And that's going to install the latest version of Notifox, which I think is 0.1.14. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Then we can do import Notifox and then go client equals notifox.notifox client. This function takes in an API key parameter if you want it to. If you leave that alone, it will take the environment variable, right, as we discussed previously. And now we can do client.send alert. And then I think it goes like this, where we do channel is equal to, I'm having trouble remembering it now. We can do audience is equal to Mathis. Channel is equal to notifox.sms. And this is just a string. So if you type in SMS, that would also work. But I prefer to use the package provided type. And then lastly, obviously, we have our alert, which is, I'm just making something up here. New user signed up. And let's just keep it at that, right? I'm sure you can use your imagination of thinking of stuff that you want to let yourself know, like maybe a sale or a refund dispute, you name it. And actually, we can format this a little bit nicer, I think. I think we can do it like that, where we can more cleanly see what's actually going on. And then if we do, if we run this, why can't I grab this? There we go. Actually, let's capture that response while we're at it, and then we can do print response, and then we can execute this by saying python3 main.py, and that should send us a text. It's sent successfully, and we'll see here we have a notification. I know you can't see it very well, but it says Notifox new user signed up, and if we go to our console here in the alerts, we'll see here as well that a new user has signed up. We can see this message. We can see it was sent using SMS to Mathis just now. Great, right? We have this functionality. We can also say email, and this will send us an email kind of in the same vein. And then we go here. Obviously, in our dashboard, it shows up immediately here. And the formatting is a little bit different for email and SMS, obviously. But there we go. So we've just notified our email by just changing a little bit, a little parameter, obviously, this. Now, this is nice, this is cool, but there's a lot more you can do with this. For example, what I like to do is I like to wrap the actual send function in another function and call that maybe alert, and that takes in the channel and the alert itself. So we can do channel and alert. Oh, we need to close this function, and then we can indent this. And then, now that we have that function, let's say we have some code that runs in a try block, and then we have exception as E. How does that work? Exception as E. And so we can try something here. I don't have any things that can fail. So, let's say the response of API response equals order placed, for example, right? We can email that to ourselves by doing alert notifox.email, and then the alert itself. So we'll do the API response. And if something goes wrong, for example, right, this is we call our API, capture the response. If something were to go wrong with our hypothetical API, we can do alert notifox.sms, and then just pipe in the error. And so if we were to run this now, it should just send us an email saying the order was placed. Let's actually do that. We'll do python3 main.py, and it'll again tell us that, or it will print out the response of our Notifox alert, because that's what we've told it to do. We can see that here it has sent us an email saying the order was placed. Obviously, in a real scenario, there would be much more information in there, maybe a JSON or some kind of formatted thing of what actually was placed. But imagine that the API that we're calling doesn't actually function properly, and it throws an error, right? We can do, to emulate this, because again, we don't have an actual API. To emulate this, we can do, we can raise an exception, and we can say order failed, insufficient funds. And then, in the real world, you would add an ID and whatnot to this message. But if we run this now, it should catch the exception in the accept block, and it should send us an SMS with that exception. And so to show you that I'm not fooling anyone, I want to kind of hold my phone up to show you that the text message has come in. So we'll do Python 3 main.py. Where is this happening? Oh, this is probably in the exception. Do we need to do this? Convert that error into a string. We probably do. There we go. And we'll see if this SMS comes in. And there we go. We have received a notification, an SMS that says, order failed, insufficient funds. And that is at the moment kind of the gist of what we're doing here. We have our Python API here, which is, you can see, very easy to use. We also have a Golang API. You can also use curl and bash. We are working on a JavaScript SDK as well, and we have kind of a CLI in the works that allows you to pipe stuff in through pipes in bash, and make it kind of easier to do that with in cron jobs and whatnot. But yeah, that's kind of the main announcement for today. This has been incredibly exciting to work on and to build. We hope you enjoy it as much as we do. If there's any questions or issues, please do not hesitate to reach out. We have an amazing Discord community with several active members that you should absolutely join. We have a YouTube channel, an Instagram account. You should absolutely follow those as well. And don't forget to sign up to notifox.com and use the promo code launch10 in the account tab to get 40 SMS and or 1,000 emails, all for free, just to try it out, because we want you to try it out. My name is Mathis. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment if you have any feedback, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.